Talk about today. Let's also talk about our losses. Man, I had a massive loss day yesterday. We'll talk about what happens with a margin call. We'll talk about all of that. We had a huge day on Friday, major loss day on Monday, huge win day today. So let's talk about all of that. Let's go right now. Don't forget, before we get started, everything here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Trading is risky, but if trading is for you, this might also be the place for you. So pretty much see dropout day today, much easier style of day. Everything to the south side was running. You could almost anticipate it. You saw we had high time frame accumulation. We come in, we've got on the high time frame a huge divergence coming in. Divergence fired to the upside, divergence fired to the downside, and we were off to the races the rest of the day. Almost every one of our divergence plays start to kick in. Easy drop day for shorts. Only a couple of longs for me. Everything else went big on the south side. Easy dropout day. Cadence was in our favor. We had just had a big loss day yesterday. On Friday, we had a huge win day. We knew that the markets were about to hand out some candy, and today was that day. Now, not just me. Is it possible to duplicate? We did have Mentorship Monday last night. Make sure you guys go back and watch some of that. Make sure you are doing the homework from the weekend, which is looking for those traps using the Delta flagging pattern that I talked about on Friday. Check those out. Now, let's take a peek here. What was this one? This is an 80 tick drop from high to low. What time was this one? This is 8 in the morning. Decline color change. Yes. Look at the shift. There's your homework right there. There's your homework. Look for those right there. That's the homework. How'd Manny do here? Manny smashing 2688 early in the morning. There's those. Look at this. Look at it. This is why I told you, do your homework. There's going to be great opportunities to see the traps. You can see it right here. He knew the down move was not going to be continued and sustained. Boom, to the upside. Very nice call. He also saw the shift on the higher time frame as well. Big one. Boom, reversed on the high side. Combination with the confluence. Very nice. How did Pat do? Pat's throwing down 6K. Mind you, this is in the morning. Nice smooth equity curve to the upside. Again, sometimes we had those hard days. Go back and look. Again, we have P&L curves that don't look perfectly 45-degree angle like they did today. I mean, here's mine. I ended up having, yes, somewhere in here, I had a $4,300 drawdown. That was $4,300. That was, that was... Some people would fret about that. Now, mind you, yes, at this point, I was already up. I had hit up to 10K today. I moved my size up again because of a max loss day prior to that, and we had easy day coming in. You could just feel it. The speed was perfect all day. Pat throwing down 6K. That's a big day for him as well. Gus, still, maybe a few chugs there in the morning, and then closes out at 4,800, if I'm reading that correctly. 4,800 for Gus. Well done. Whiskers pointing out the exact same thing we talked about last Friday. This was the exercise for the weekend, showing the diminishing deltas continuously. Look, let's hold shift here. You draw a line, you can see all of them diminishing on top of the fact that each spike was also diminishing, which means this was not going to be a sustained move. Expectation is probabilities stack in our favor to say, we're going to be ready for one of these. And then when the move comes, you had two opportunities. You had this one or this one, either one of those, and those are the high peak pivot as we shift to the red side. Boom. Once that one comes in, we're off to the races, and you've got a nice downshift move. And I think the rest of the day we went on and on with that. Huge move here. Did he catch the up move? Yes. Same thing. Look at him identifying the delta flagging and the Flowmaster system. Boom. Huge move. Catches the 15.8 to the upside. 8 contracts in. He's up 1,800, holding the position until an opposing signal. Well done. 69 SG. Plutonium going down 4,600, 85% profitable. That profit factor 5.44. Winners were 5.44 times the size of his losers. He was hitting longs and shorts there in the morning. That was at 9:49 a.m. Barely in the day. That was 20 minutes. Beautiful. Whiskers, 10 a.m. By 10 a.m., he had done $32,000 this morning. Short sides only. Well done. Again, seasoned veteran in the markets, but also using the power of AlgoBox. Outstanding work. We're going to see some more from him as he finished out the day. It's a big surprise. Wait till y'all see how much Whiskers threw down today. Foster the Scott, ex-ICT student, throwing down 3,200 today. Smooth equity curve to the upside. Here's some more. Big Wheats, all the way from Canada, throwing down 3,700, 80% profitable. Profit factor 17.9. Basically, hardly any losers at all in his repertoire. Well done there, my friend. Soulman, up 10K by what time? 10:19. Finished his morning session up 10K, and he wasn't done. I think he put down some more later in the day. Here we go. 69SG up 1,200 at this point on the day. We had Michael Bone. What is this? 3,600 on the day. Excellent work. He put down some more. 12,400 for the Soul Man. Excellent work. Jason T throwing down with multiple accounts. Trade copy services, throwing them down. Add them up. Choke them up. Thank you, Jason, for the shout out. Appreciate that. And he wasn't finished. He's like, oh, I got some more. Easy setups, layups all day in the markets. Again, we're going to talk about this, why and how. We're not just here to brag tonight. We're going to talk about it. Mike Short's throwing down. Make sure you guys go check out some of those short video clips. He had a PRZ cross layup shot there. Love seeing those. If you guys want to put out some more of those, I would love to share those on our own stream as well. Melbourne Kiter throwing down 25.5 on 71% profitable there. Dowing hits his 1K. Excellent work. 83% there. Carl. What's up, Carl? Carl throwing down 1,300 on the day. Super smooth equity curve. No pullback whatsoever. Hardly any losers today. Amazing, amazing stuff there. Someone had asked for the current optimizations. Make sure you guys got those plugged in, or you're not going to have the proper settings. If you're running NQ today, make sure you're running on 42. This week, you should be on 42, and you should know why. Go look at how big the moves are. 24 is my when in doubt rule. When in doubt, if you're doing market replay, or you need to do some practice, yes, I'll throw down with the 24, the 21. But somebody said, oh, Vinny recommends doing 24. No, I do not. Stop putting words in my mouth, folks. It is not 24. You should be doing the week's optimizations to fill in those charts. Now, by 1:30 p.m., Whiskers is at $58,000. Now, I think people were chiding him on to say, hey, you think you're going to be able to hit 100K day? Now, again, you guys stop jinxing people. Don't start calling numbers being like, oh, you're going to have to get to 100K today. You know, don't jinx people. It's awesome that he's sharing it as he's going along. Amazing work. Max drawdown, he beat me on that, 2,700, and he's up 58K at 1:30 p.m. Let's carry on and see how we go forward. Lots of you guys sharing your screenshots. Really appreciate that. And then along with it, $13,000 for Doug Nell. He had just come back. He said he was back from his vacation. He was happy to sit back at his multi-screen setup. Again, 13,406. Now, 59,000 at 2 p.m. So another hour and another $1,000 on the docket there for Whiskers. Excellent work, sir. Urban T, relatively new with us, still throwing down 2K today. Excellent work. Profit factor 1.54. Nice job. Not bad for a noob. Excellent work. Now, $62,772 for Whisker. At this point, he even got some long trades. He probably saw these opportunities right down here in the 89 as those purple divergences came in. Again, each one of these bars is worth 89 ticks. So you might have a range of at least 89 for a single bar even. Excellent work there throwing down. He's at 62.77. Now he's at 66,000. 66,000. Now his contract sizes are around 18 to 20 contracts. So again, it's size. Okay, here at this point, he's got 14 on. He may have already hit a few of his targets there. Excellent work there. He's got the size. He is the elder in our crew, and he is absolutely crushing it. Between he and Soulman, I mean, we've got some really good folks in here in the crew with us. I'm telling you what. FX Iceman, been with us for a long time, throwing down multiple accounts, PA accounts, doing his trade copier, using the trade copier, throwing down all over that. You guys do the math on that, adding it all up. Very, very good stuff there. Now, I did warn somewhere around there, final hour of trading. Remember, windfall day. Let's talk about windfall profits. We'll talk about that here tonight. There are more specific details in those 2 videos. Go into our room and type !windfall, and that will pop up those 2 videos for you. Whiskers coming in, adding some more to the position. He sees a big red PRZ cross with the Alpha Omega inside. I'm not sure if he added to the position as it went down through it, but he's up another 6K on this play as it continues to drop out. AudioBox, he said, had a lot to do with the sounds, as the sounds coming in going brrr. The drilling was amazing. Excellent work. Now he's up $76,000 on the day. 76% profitable, profit factor 24.31. Still a minor drawdown. Amazing, amazing work there from the crew. Let's carry on forward. He gets to $90,000. What time was this? Was this the final? 4 p.m. closing out. Didn't quite hit the 100K. I think you guys jinxed him. Man, what an amazing, amazing day there. Holy cow. I have to stare at this a few more times. Amazing work there, sir. Outstanding. Outstanding. And then at the end, he said, yes, it was bourbon time. He needed to pour a bourbon on that one. Amazing work, sir. I mean, hats off. Hats off, brother. I still have yet to have a 100K day. One day, it's on my bucket list. I'd like to have a 6-figure day. Who knows? Maybe one day, but I'll use Whiskers as my inspiration to drive me forward. Maybe here, I think we were going to have enough volatility with all the macroeconomic events and going into the final quarter of the year. This would be the year to play it. 2023 might be the one for me. Here we go. Static throwing down 7K. Another XICT student coming over here and absolutely smashing it. Now, my P&L curve didn't look near as nice as you guys. I love having my students beat me. Outstanding. Outstanding work. Outstanding. Outstanding. Wow. Just got to give you guys a hand right now. Holy cow. The whole crew. Amazing. Amazing work, folks. Keep up the great work. Alpha Omegas really coming in handy. We got the Enigmas firing in. Outstanding stuff. Plus AudioBox was an easy candy day. Now, when we say candy, what does that mean? We have candy days, we have hard days, and we talk to you about saving those on the side so you know. Today is a candy day to practice, okay? Grab today's date. Today is October the 3rd, 2023. Grab today's data in Market Replay, save it to your computer, put it in a folder called Candy Days. You need to practice these types of days because these are the days that you should be maxing out, all right? 2 folders. One, you need Candy Days, hard days, okay? Drop the files into those 2 folders and save them by dates and go and practice them in Market Replay. And as you do Market Replay, remember, it is 11111, 22222, whoops, can't type right, 22222, 33333, which means repeat the trades themselves first before you move on to the next one. Do that trade multiple times. Practice holding out to those opposing signals. Get your target 1, target 2, hold out your runner until that opposing signal comes up. Close the position, re-add to position, practice your half on, half off add. Great time to practice those because those are the days. And again, it's not every day the market's going to hand out candy like this. We're not sitting here trying to say like every day is like this, folks. It is not like that. But you want to capitalize on days like today when all of the enigmas, I mean, almost every single enigma was just perfection. Look at this moonshot. Again, still giving about 40 to 50 ticks on each one. What's up, CG? Again, you saw me reiterate multiple times today. Go watch these windfall profit videos. I'm not going to go into all the details here tonight, but we are going to talk about, oh, not leaving out T-Lamb, throwing down almost 8K, 7,200. Yeah, okay, he had a drawdown like me. Yep. Yeah, I still beat you on the drawdown. I think my drawdown was slightly larger than yours. And then just crushing multiple trades all the way up there through the 7,800 there, looks like. Amazing, amazing stuff. Okay, so here we are. Oh, Phaedos, hey, can't leave one out. I mean, you guys are crushing it today. In his Apex accounts, multiple Apex accounts, up 2,400 and change. Excellent work. He's got a 150K account and a 50K account running both of those there, at least the ones that I can see. He might have more. I don't know. Trade copy services. Very, very cool to be using. Okay, so let's talk about cadence, ebb and flow. We've got several videos on this. I would definitely go out there, and if you are new with us, study Vinny's cadence. This is the word. All right, search for cadence. Might want to type in day trading cadence or Vinny Emini cadence and talking about the ebb and flow of the markets. And there are intraday as well as intraday. Okay, so what does that mean? Within our 5 trades, so we've got our 5 trade sheet up here, right? We've got our $500 sheet, 5 trades. Again, this is not that we're trying to target 500 on each day. This is my original OG paper when I needed to get out of my 6-figure paying job. I needed to tell myself I needed to make $500 a day. It was a vision boarding process for myself to put it in front of my eyes. I do recommend that you print out one like this or one of your own and have something in front of you that keeps you. This is how we control our risk. One of the ways we control our risk. We have risk tolerant or risk control by numbers of trades per session, or we have a time-based risk management. And I'm going to say or, it's and. So, and we trade 60 to 90 minutes in a session. We take a break. We come back. We can do a secondary session. Now, mind you, rules are there for a reason. And once you understand them, like a day like today, when the market is handing out candy, you might want to be staying there. Might be staying in there a little bit longer. I get it. I think we were all sitting at our desks today because I know I was. I mean, the thing was just, markets are just handing them out. It was kind of hard to pull away today. Today was a great day to be sitting at the desk, and you might want to play throughout the entire day, even through the lunch session. Excellent work there. Let's talk about the rules on margin calls. And depending on your broker, now again, these are rules for AMP, and each one of these may be different. Okay, so at AMP, they have an 80% drawdown limit. Okay. This will margin call you. Well, they don't call it a margin call because technically it's intraday, but they have a limit that basically they will close your account. I don't know how to say close your account, but they will close all positions when you hit a max 80% drawdown. Yesterday, it was bad. Like, went all in. I was up 4,400 on the day. I had forgotten about, I won't say I forgot, but come Friday, I was already up over, I think, 11,000 that I had done on Friday. Come back in on a Monday. Was already up 4,400 on the day, just feeling way overconfident. I am telling you right now, even myself, I am not above the windfall rule. Okay, that windfall, it was almost magical how that occurred. That middle finger play. We didn't get to talk about that too much. We briefly touched it in the Mentorship Monday. Let's go, and I'm going to search for middle finger. What I got literally caught into. Once in a blue moon, this will occur. This, I don't want to say you don't have to get caught in this. You literally do not have to. But I was trading middle of the day too. I think it was like 1 o'clock. Again, time of day, really not to be trading. And the big middle finger played. It was an up. It was a straight up, a straight down. No pullbacks whatsoever, no returns, zero. It was not letting you out, and I played in here, and I played in here, and I played in here. This one would normally, most days, we'd get an opportunity to come up, and it was stupid. And yeah, I lost my ass yesterday on it. Now, getting back on the horse, what tends to happen when you have your worst day, there's like this opposite scenario that you have to mentally play that I'm going to try to teach you. And I would encourage you again not to do this with live money, but go and find this in market replay. Go back and find a day. Everybody's had a hard day. Go back and find one of those dates where you just had a blowout or absolutely tough day, and then watch what happens the day after. Go see if that next day came to be a simple and easy day, or you had a series of days, 2 or 3 days that were tough and difficult, and you're like almost wanting to throw in the towel and be like, what is going on? What has happened here? And then all of a sudden you're like, right about the time when you throw in, you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna take a day off, right? This is the typical thing. In fact, you'll see this all over Twitter. If you typed in FinTwit space and then type the number of times something, I'm gonna take a break. You know what's funny? The day that those people take a break is the day they shouldn't. You understand that? Because literally that next day is probably going to be a candy day, as I have taught you guys and as demonstrated by today. And this is not just, okay, I'm showing like, okay, well, this is Vinny. Sure, Vinny, sure, you did a great day after. I get it. It sounds very suspicious, very sus. But the reason I continue to show, like, even our room had a huge day today. Today was a very easy day. Had a hard day on Monday, again, for me, and really, it wasn't really necessarily a hard day. I think we actually technically had kind of 2 candy days there. Imagine I had been able to catch that down. Just the 89 did not look that clean on the day before. It was not super clean. This was a hard one to have caught into it. There was no, like, look at the deltas here. Even the deltas, did you see a diminishing delta coming in here that could have told you that this was going to turn there? Nope. So there was not an easy way to see it, other than we did have the masher, and I should have respected the masher. That was the secondary touch. We had this touch here. We had the down move. We had this touch here, had a slight down move. As we touch it again, and when that little arrow came in right there, that is basically a plateau and a punch in right there, and me trying to mitigate a trade to hold on to my position. I had ego going, I had the live stream going, and I gave into that, and it just happened to be the day. Now, again, many other days you're going to get away with this, and that's the dangerous part, is the days that you've gotten away with it, that's not a middle finger, that, you know, you do those days and, you know, they pay you. That was not a day. It was not going to happen. Now, the reason I mentioned the 80% rule earlier is you need to be aware of your brokers. Well, I don't know that all of them close out. In fact, I thought that NinjaTrader also closed out, but somebody told me the other day that they didn't. I'm not really sure. So somebody tell me what the margin rules are for NinjaTrader when they close you out. I'm not sure, but yes, I got the old, I call it the margin call. It's not really a margin call, because margin call is when you are over margin, and it was not that situation. It is intraday drawdown, and your broker has their own rules for their own risk management protection. If you guys have any questions on that, please pop them in the chat, because that type of stuff, you know, it's rare. Hopefully, maybe you never know what that is. Maybe you never know what that feeling is. Maybe you never do an 80% drawdown, but if you're doing a small account, you're probably going to get one of those at some point. Trading a small account. On a larger account, it's less likely. What really sucked was I had not even pulled my funds from Friday from my account over to my own account, so I had all my profits sitting in there from the prior week. So the account was pretty large, which again was also why I felt even more confident as I'm trading through. And yeah, lost way more than I should have yesterday. Almost made up for it today. Yes, even with 39,000, I'm still not where I needed to be. I'm almost embarrassed to say, but yeah, I lost $43,000 yesterday. With commissions, it was about $48,000. So I've got my work cut out for me now. Mind you, as we go into the final quarter of the year, you are going to be seeing me put on some size. So just so everybody knows, during the summertime, you're going to be a little bit smaller. As you get into the final quarter and the first quarter of the year, these are the best quarters of the year. So write these things down. Now, just because I'm doing doesn't mean, I'm not saying that, you know, you need to be doing that. What other things do we want to talk about? The middle finger play. Yes, just watch out for the, like, there's no way to know when this occurs. That's what I mean by, like, there's nothing to really save yourself other than risk management. Okay, your risk management, you've got to be able to call it. I have another max loss mental thing of 15K. Like, I have a $15,000 mental. I am supposed to close out my position if I get to a minus 15,000. It was bad. I look back at it. I had plenty of opportunities to, I want to say plenty. I had 2 opportunities to have closed out the position with a max loss and walked away. Would have been great. At the same time, didn't. My ego was all over it. I had the trolling in the back of my mind from the people on Twitter. Those of you guys who have not followed me on Twitter, if you guys want to help me out, I'm not saying come in to jump in and fights and things, but if you guys want to help us out and provide facts to people, that would be amazing. Facts are the greatest things to fight with, and would appreciate you guys if you follow me over there on Real Vinny Emini on Twitter. That would be amazing. But again, I had ego flowing, I had all that kind of stuff rolling with me, and I held through on a position where, you know, a scenario like this is a no-win situation like this when that occurs. Now, sure, it'd be great if I just, I could just, what if you rode that short? Sure, but I mean, where's the short? I don't see the short. Well, I mean, actually you do. Okay, there was a massive divergence there too, Vinny. I don't think this chart was on my screens at the time either. But anyhow, I look back at it and it was preventable. But unfortunately, it was no good. But I've got my work cut out for me still. yeah, still got a ways to go, but you will see more size coming in as we go into the end of the year. Final quarter, first quarter of the year is going to be awesome. We all chased them down. Guilty here. Yeah. Yeah, I think we've all kind of done it. It's embarrassing though when, you know, the mentor does it, you know, and I already see, you know, the ICT trolls going out there and like, oh, look, they're making videos of me. Oh, look, you guys following this guy. Yeah. So that day after it did this whole now sometimes it continues on, but oftentimes it will show you the signals here and this sucker will ramp up again. And sure enough, it did. It was like later on, you look at the day, and even though I could not trade anymore, my broker would not allow me to trade anymore. And yes, I did have a sub account. I could have reloaded. I could have continued to trade, but at that point, you know, you can sulk and feel defeated intraday, but the next day you have to, you know, wipe those tears, get back in there, assess the market the next day. Oftentimes going to be some of the best days after you have one of the worst days. So get yourself set up for that mentally. That would be my encouragement for tonight, is to set yourself up mentally, both directions, ebb and flow, candy days followed by hard days followed by candy days. Keep that in play. What somebody say? Have compassion on. I feel like there was something else we wanted to chat about. Let me open up for questions. Any questions? I mean, my vid system hasn't changed. It's human error, brother. Yeah, totally human error. Yeah, and I get it. But you know, some of the ICT clowns, they had some you know, correct. I won't say correct. Some valid points. You know, is this your mentor? This is who you're going to listen to because he, you know, does that? Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's a valid point. You know, I've told people before, like, if you take away AlgoBox from me, I mean, I am not personally a great trader. I can just trade AlgoBox well. I know AlgoBox. I think anybody can. In fact, you guys are trading it better than me. I'm like watching your P&L curves and I'm getting jealous, which is awesome. I mean, it is an awesome feeling for a mentor to watch, you know, my students surpass me in their trading using the system. It's awesome. But without the system, yeah, I mean, and we all have flaws. I have personal flaws. At the same time, if I were actually following my rules yesterday, if you really go back, look at the time of day. Again, why I'm trading at that time of day, I've got all kinds of reasons. I could give you all kinds of excuses, but we all got excuses, and excuses are like buttholes. We all got them and they all stink, right? But everything from, you know, kids, I'm doing, you know, we've got 3 kids doing homeschool. You know, we have 4 total. One's a little one, and the toddler stuff. We've got people training up in our room. We've got our techs working really well, but we're also working with some marketing teams to start to get some things going so that we can get some notoriety that we deserve. In my opinion, I think that our community deserves a little more visibility, don't you? And I refuse to play the social media games with the pawn scum, and I'm not going to go over there and associate myself with the frauds and go on their little interviews and go on their little high five tours and routines. I would rather us be a straight up legitimate business and go out there and not have to deal with the free advertising and high five with these other frauds. Not going to do it. So we're going to stand our ground on that. I would rather spend the money and have my dignity and my honor than to bow down and be a ICT Muppet. So there you have it. That's our stand. But yes, can I do better? Yes. Should I have done better? Yes. Could I have done better? Quite easily. Could have avoided that easily yesterday. And then imagine just an amazing candy day today. Now, well, no, I actually think today was so candy. I think it would have been either way. Like, yes, I went more size today, thinking about the prior day and wanting to make up for it. So I think I had the drive mentality that it was going to drive me to do a bit more size today anyways. You notice my order contract counting. Did you guys notice this? So my paying close attention. So my order quantities are, oh, I know there's one more thing. Do not leave. I know this sounds like we're wrapping up, but there's one other thing we really need to talk about on the half double buttons. So hang tight. Okay. Order quantity, put on more size today, was going to be doubling my size on my positions. So happen to be already mentally thinking about doubling my size positions, and just happen to also be a perfect candy day. High five. Thank you, Lord, for that. Again, we couldn't have picked the day to do that, but it just happened to be. We're at the beginning of the month, 3rd, and you know, it's a Tuesday. So awesome stuff. Okay. So half, double, and flatten. Now, if you are having problems fidgeting, which I think a lot of you are, we've seen it multiple times. You guys have seen my video reviews on you. I see everyone fidgeting a lot. Now, remember that everything that I'm talking about here is educational purposes, and what I would be suggesting for myself. I am not suggesting that you do these, but I'm going to talk about what I would be telling myself and how I am using these alternatives to the standard using an ATM with stops and targets. Number one, we have found, especially if you are using trader funding programs, there is goofiness going on with the paper virtual account data feeds. It seems like to me, from what I've gathered from multiple people, I have heard that. And of course, we have some solutions for that. We've told people to use alternative data feeds and then use the paper trading as your secondaries. So that has seemed to help some people. But the fidgeting stuff, moving your stops and targets, this is very dangerous to say. I get it. But trading without a physical stop, you still need to have your mental stop. You need to have your finger over this close. We also have a flatten all button right here. So it's, by the way, flatten all is the same as close. Does everybody understand that? Type of 1 if you know that flatten all is the same as the close button. Okay, I want to make sure you know flatten all is the same thing as close, except flatten all is all contracts if on every instrument. So if you have other instruments open, so if I've got trades open on NQ and the ES, flatten all will literally close all positions all at the same time. It's like the emergency button. Market starts going nuts, whatever, press that button. Now, always have your backup data feed, always have your phone with your broker on speed dial. You guys know those rules from video number 1. We're talking about risk management. Have that in your phone ready to go, because if you're going to trade with a naked order, meaning you're entering in on a position without a physical stop, you are the stop. You must close a position. But what I have found is it is helping me to use my half off much more often. I am much more susceptible to holding a position longer, using my half, and then using my double button. This has been a P&L size changer, in my opinion. Now, practice this first. Don't just go out there and start doing it live. Please practice. Like, give it a week, at least a couple of days, at least a weekend, please, before you just start instantaneously like, oh, okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Do. Please practice this. Take a lot of shots with this, doing this in sim, in your market replay. But you'll notice I am trading no ATM. And that has encouraged me more so to really manage my position on half on, half off ad. Now, remember, these are new buttons. This is not included in NinjaTrader. We added these. This is via the AlgoBox system. Those buttons are there. And this has been something I've taught in the past, but it used to be that you would have to have a separate panel open to be able to do this. You guys watched my advanced level video. I need to do an update on that now that we have the half and double buttons. That really has changed what we can do now with our positioning and our position sizing. But find out, you guys tell me, do some market replay with it. Tell me if you're having the same experience that I have, where it has really helped me to hold my positions a bit longer. Instead of a 10 tick target, I'm often getting like 12, 13, 14. I'm literally adding about 3 or 4 ticks to every one of those, even on my target ones when the position starts to come up. It's also helped me to close full positions because I've already got my decision-making hat on. I've got my left hand on the G6 button with my thumb on the G6 close out. And I've got my other finger over the half. So I'm usually half and full out, and I can do that with my left hand. It's been, again, it's a game changer. I also have my index finger on the left-hand side on the hotkey on my G4 key for buy, G5 for sell. So again, it really does help with the hotkeys, and then my right hand on the half double area. And of course, when in trouble, we could always do the full flatten all, but practice with that. That was something that I was using today to get those bigger positions, to hold out those bigger positions as well. I think those buttons are going to help you out. And if you are a fidgeter, this does solve that. Now, again, this is not me giving you specific advice for you. I'm saying you might want to try this. I am doing this. That is our suggestion out here tonight. So nobody take this as specific trading advice, but my technique is to use the halves and doubles instead of the ATMs that have... Okay, but yes, I think you can tell it in the ATMs. I've had no stutter whatsoever since I have been doing that with no ATMs, and I've removed the position details, although I found I could put the position details back on later on, but I think we've sorted that as well. But anyhow, those are some suggestions. I have talked long enough. We're at 42 minutes. Thanks for hanging out for me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis, G, and the rest of the gang. I am sitting out of the Big H Town. See ya.
The old adage where, the individual investor doesn't have a chance, but the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, more money and better opportunity. I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use best front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.